Just a couple months ago, Joey Bada was regarded as one of the best lyricists. You know what I'm saying? He just dissed the West Coast, Kendrick Lamar, everybody. And now my man's is failing the chart. All right, this is not looking good. He just sold his brand new album, Lonely at the Top. He got under 9K for his first week sales. I don't know what top he's talking about, but unfortunately, it's looking bad, and I think there's a lot of issues that I'm gonna have to discuss with this album, as well as why it did so bad and the issue with Joey Bada at this current state. But before we do that, get something to snack on for today's video, maybe some cranberry juice or Cheerios, and let's get right into it. Less is more is one of the biggest things that I live by, in moderation. Everything in moderation, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like if you come to a point where your artistic value gets decreased because you put out too much of your work that's being more quantity than quality, because at the end of the day, everybody only has a finite amount of emotion that they can give before it starts to get dull, because the more you experience, the less that you will be faced by each individual thing. You know what I'm saying? In his case, I feel like he kind of put out too much of himself, where it almost seems like he doesn't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, the art here is not bad by any means. Like, he has like a musical talent still, but I also feel like there could have been more time in between this and what he just dropped, because he kind of gave a lot of himself out there like not that long ago, as well as it doesn't seem like he is as hungry to create like a very strong artistic project. Like, this project seems like it's just half bottomed, you know what I'm saying, by Joey Bada. And maybe I'm tripping, bro. Maybe I'm tripping. But I don't think I am, because of the fact that it was everybody kind of viewed it like that. I don't know a lot of people who enjoyed this album that much. And there wasn't a lot of bad on the album. I just think it could have been put together with more energy. I think another massive thing, as I discussed with Drake, and as well as a lot of other artists, if you are putting a lot of different stuff, you need to make sure it's actually different, because a lot of people are not going to try to hear the same thing back to back to back to back to back. Everything will get old, bro. So make sure that what you are putting out is valuable. You know, the more you have of something, the more value, or the less valuable it's going to be, because it's more accessible. And if you make yourself incredibly accessible to the fans, bro, Lil Yachty said something like this: you gotta keep yourself preserved, bro. Look at Cardi, bro. Cardi be selling a bunch first week just because of the fact he can sell a bunch first week. And maybe the financial situation is different for Joey Bada. There's a lot of things that you can contribute to this, so you can't really like say too much about it. Honestly, everything is morally ambiguous. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing that you can say that's never gonna, like, every opinion that you have is further from the branch of truth, which is everything is gradients. You know what I'm saying? Everything you think is eventually opinionated, and because of the fact that it's opinionated, it's just an opinion. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I think that this album is not horrible. I don't think I playlisted a single song from this album, though. Dark Aura just didn't stick with me. You know what I'm saying? It stuck with me the most out of a lot of these, but the song with West Side Gun was alright. You know what I'm saying? They're all okay or pretty good, but this is nothing comparative to the amount of emotion that he put in 2000, where he's discussing all these things that are important to him, and you can tell they're important to him, and he's expressing them in a way that they're important to him. You know what I'm saying? 1999, another project by him, probably his greatest project that he's ever put out, and he was young, you know what I'm saying? But it was the fact that he was able to articulate himself in such an incredible manner and have so much energy put into that. And it probably could have been because how much change you go through at that time in your life. You know what I'm saying? Some of the best music that you can create could be when you're younger. It all depends on the circumstances. With that being said, I do enjoy the album a little bit. I just don't think that he preserved himself enough in terms of this. You know what I'm saying? You please come back to music when you have a good amount of stuff to offer that's not repetitive. You know, because if you keep coming back and dropping some stuff back to back to back, I'm not going to be excited. I'm not going to be like, I'm not hungry for new music by you. You know what I'm saying? Kendrick Lamar, for example, honestly, I think that GNX was a step in the wrong direction, if you ask me personally. I mean, yeah, it was a moment for him to have fun, so you can kind of like sum it up to that. But hopefully the next album that Kendrick drops is a little bit more in the future, a little bit more well put together, and you can tell that he had a lot of energy behind it. And GNX by no means was bad. I still think GNX is like an 8 out of 10 album. I just think that it's very easy to overdo it, especially when you're on such a massive scale. It's very hard to be perfect under a magnifying glass, or even entertaining under a magnifying glass, especially if people already get so much of you, and then the second you do anything, everything's going to be talked about the most that it could be when you're at the top. You know what I'm saying? Joey Bad still has 8.8 million monthly listeners. He's definitely still he's going to be okay, bro. He's going to be straight. Hopefully his next project that he puts out is a little bit more entertaining to listen to, you know what I'm saying? And hopefully it has more replay value. With that being said, let me know how you guys feel about this in the comments below. My bad, I'm stuttering, bro. I'm not tired of today. I got a lot of energy. But with that being said, I think I say that a lot. We are going to finish the week of Conflicted with a couple more videos, bro. I'm releasing this on Sunday. I recorded it on Saturday. And pretty much Monday, we're going to talk about the Young Thug situation. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that stuff, as well as what's this album looking like for Young Thug. Tuesday, we're going to rank every single member of every single big group from worst to best. Like Concrete Boys, we'll like discuss like who's the best out of Concrete Boys from worst to best, who's the worst. You know what I'm saying? Dreamville, bro, we gonna do a lot of stuff like that. And then to finish the week off, we're gonna talk about the biggest narrative changes in music of the 2020s. There's a lot to discuss with that. With that being said, again, check out my socials if you guys would like. I love you all very much. I'm Conflicted, and I'm out. Peace. Whoop, whoop.